What's going on, guys? Today I am talking about the modifications on my BMW M6, strictly performance-wise, and if I think it was worth it to put the money into the car to achieve the performance that it's at now. This is my 2014 M6 competition package. In terms of performance, I have done three major modifications to the car, and only those three. I haven't changed anything else. No suspension, not the brakes, any of that stuff. So if you've been following the channel, I've installed Burger Motorsports intakes on the car and also Downpipes. I've installed Burger Motorsports intakes, VRSF catless downpipes, which are VR Speed Factory. Those you can't really see, they're mounted up behind the engine. I can put some pictures in the video from when it was installed at the shop. Other than that, I've done an Evolve Stage 2 tune, and basically that got rid of speed limiter. It increases power by 100 horsepower, I believe. With the catless downpipes in the Stage 2, that's an extra 50 horsepower. Extra 100 torque, to my knowledge. I can put the little sheet up on the screen. And then also did pops and bangs, I think they call it, and a few other little things. I can put the actual spec of what I chose on their website up on the screen right now. But basically, that's all I've done. I haven't dynoed the car yet, but I would assume it's making somewhere around 700 horsepower to the crank, maybe like 620 to the wheels, 650 to the wheels. No other mods to the car whatsoever, but we're gonna hop in and let's go for a drive. Okay, so we're now in the M6. I do have a video of installing the intakes up on my channel. I'll put that up in the cards of the video. If you're here from the last video, I just talked about all of the little features that I really think are cool on the M6, specifically like the techie stuff. I'll also have that up in the cards. I literally filmed it like 5 minutes ago because I'm pushing out some content now. But basically, the car is completely different than if it were a stock M6. And what I mean by that is that it's scary as hell to drive. It is very, very fast, and it's on the stock 295 Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires. So any amount of gas, more than like a smooth acceleration, and your tires are broken loose and you're pretty much sideways on the road. And I'm driving in M dynamic mode, which means it'll let the wheels spin in the back, but it'll also catch you and save you when it is spinning, which is nice. Oh my god, dude, really? So yeah, and we're spinning more, and we're going really fast. You're asking the question, if you have an M6, is it worth it to do these modifications to your car? These are the most basic bolt-on mods that almost every M6 owner that I've seen through like Facebook always does. And I haven't done any clutch work to the car yet. Okay, I gotta stop myself while I'm talking about clutches. What I had thought were my clutches slipping on my car, I just thought about, again, the last POV drive video I posted, it was like 30 degrees, and yes, my clutches were a little warm, whatever, but I think my traction control was actually kicking on like a lot throughout the day because it was so cold. I was just on the freeway and did some pulls, and I could see my traction control light flashing at like 90 miles an hour. So I'm gonna chalk that up to being the temperature it was for that last drive, not my clutches actually slipping. But yes, listen to me, because that is something that will need to be done in the future. So yeah, I'm right, but I'm wrong. Whatever, stay for the POV part, it's sweet. Bye. That will probably have to happen sometime sooner than later. I have noticed when you're at a lot of, or if you're I have noticed that at a higher RPM that I am getting a slight slippage. It's nothing major yet, but it's definitely the early stages of those clutches having to be done. And so when the time comes, I would probably just do an upgraded SSPR clutch. I believe that's what they're called, and it won't be cheap, but then it'll be good for like 900 foot-pound of torque, and it'll be like perfectly fine. Grand total, all of the mods on the car with labor to install them, I get a pretty good deal on my labor, but I'm about $3,000 US, and for an extra almost 200 horsepower and torque, I'd say is extremely cheap, which is one of the reasons why, oh my god, UPS driver, which is one of the reasons why I initially bought the car, is because I knew I was going to probably want to mod it, and for anything relative cost-wise to this car, it would be a lot more money to make it similar performance. But spark plugs and oil are your best friend when you own an M6, and I'm saying that even if your car is stock, get that done as soon as you possibly can. I did oil right after our last rally. The car seemed to be running a little bit funny, and I didn't really think anything of it. I thought maybe I blew out a secondary catalytic converter or something. Turns out my car was running really rough, or at least rougher than it should have been, and actually had a little bit of a misfire going. Just did my spark plugs, and I also ended up having to change ignition coils. Only a couple $100, but now my car runs better than when I originally bought it stock. So having the spark plugs changed, as well as doing your oil and just basic maintenance like that, will keep this car running so much better than it ever will. So make sure you stay on top of that stuff, and you'll have a good time. The power of the car is actually amazing. It sounds really good. I have the competition package, but I haven't changed any of the exhaust other than the catless downpipes. And this guy's turning, and we'll see if we can hear it. Woo! Yeah, we're going really fast. And tires. Yeah, you can break the tires loose at 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour. Just kind of keeps you on your toes, which is why I say it's scary to drive. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys if you're looking at getting an M6. I have to make a turn here. Hit that subscribe button and that like button. Be sure to hit the notification bell to get future updates. I'm gonna go for a bit of a spirited drive, so I'm gonna flip the camera around and then eventually go to a POV shot, and that'll be the rest of the video. Sweet.